Hello and welcome once again to the Siraj CLTD podcasts. And today we would be talking about the Professional Excellence Program. Professional Excellence Program basically focuses on the development of the professionals, and these professionals could be within the experience ranging from uh, 5 years to, let's say, 12 years, maybe 14 or 15 years in some cases. These are uh, new managers, these are team leads, these are potential leaders who would be taking up senior leadership positions, and many of them could be at the mid level. Many of them could be individual contributors, and tomorrow they could be taking people responsibility. And these are your backbone. So the Professional Excellence Program basically focuses on three core capability. The first, again, is leading self. That's very, very important. And second is leading teams, because this is the time when they have to learn to lead teams, manage teams, make teams feel part of the organizational strategy. It is their responsibility to cascade information coming from the top to the team and making sure that team understand those messages the way those messages are intended to be understood. So leading self, very, very important. Leading team is very, very important. And of course, the third capability is leading a business. So these are people who are basically responsible for ensuring that the processes are in place. Uh, the operational excellence is very, very important for them. The delivery excellence is very, very important for them, and they have to work with different stakeholders. So some of the topics that we cover, and these topics are not all the topics, but definitely we focus on values and ethics, very, very important. And actually, values and ethics we cover in all our programs because that's the foundation. And what it basically means is understanding the values of the organization and live those values. Then, of course, the customer relationship, understanding the customer side of the business, the values of the customers, the culture of the customers, the business of the customers, and then a negotiation skill, influencing skills, customer orientation, and some of them who are first-time manager, video program for the first-time manager, and another important area for them is the performance management, and that's very, very key. And working with team, leading teams, and developing teams. These are some of the key areas that we focus on the Professional Excellence Certificate Program. And once again, this program is a 10 weeks, 10 modules, followed by a certificate of completion. Thank you so much. Please do write to us should you need any further information on this program. Thank you. Welcome to our podcast on building resilience. Today we would talk briefly about the impact of uh, adversity on the individuals. There could be loss of joy. You might feel decreased energy, maybe sadness or sleep disorders, social withdrawals, loss of appetite, loss of concentration, self-doubt, and so on and so forth. And there could be biological impact on respiratory or abdominal or neurological or immune system, skin, and so on. Most importantly, the impact of adversity leads to the loss of optimism, and that's the threat. So we would briefly talk about why do we come across adversity. Adversity could be for very many reasons, not necessarily it is the individual driven. It could be sometimes the environmental driven, also the flood, the earthquake, the COVID kind of situation, or maybe the financial situation of a country, or a situation of loss of job, a relationship, and so on and so forth. So first of all, I must tell you that as an individual, we have to understand and accept that life is not always uh, happy. It will have its ups and downs. So accepting this fact itself is the turning point, and that's from where we come back. If I would ask you to recall a situation in the past where you came across a situation that was a difficult situation for you and you came back successfully, I'm sure you will have a lot of stories to talk about. So basically, resilience is our ability to adapt to a situation and rebound from that adversity and come back, bounce back. And so it's like there is a dip and you come back. Every wave has a fall, and every fall has a rise, something like that. So it is our ability to face the situation and come back out of it very, very successfully. So that's very important in terms of resilience. If you look at the organizational context, leaders who are not resilient, they hesitate to make decisions, delay in actions, and always try and seek a lot of facts before acting. And maybe sometimes they'll be very impulsive, and that has an impact on the team and consequently on the organization. Sometimes they fail to communicate. Sometimes it leads to compromising on one's integrity. So the impact of adversity is very, very high, and as an individual, if it impacts our behavior, it eventually impacts our relationship, or it impacts our professional life as well as our personal life. But that does not mean that resilience cannot be taught. Remember, if you have never failed, you have never tried anything. And there are people, and all of us in our lives have had, knockbacks and challenges. But if you lack resilience, you may become overwhelmed by these experiences and simply fall apart. So it's very important to understand yourself, understand the situation, analyze the situation, right, and develop optimism. That's very important. And then, more importantly, try and focus on potential solutions and take responsibility of your life. Don't run away from it. Escaping is not the right way to do. And try and build a support network with your family, friends, and have a very flexible strategy when dealing with failures. So basically, we don't like failures. When we come across failures, it becomes difficult. So when you are hit with adversity, if you are aware about yourself, you make some deliberate actions, you will come back, bounce back very strongly. And if not, then you will continue to go down. So I would suggest that try and understand that the bad times and tough times are part of life, and we have to accept both the good times and the bad times, but we have to make some extra efforts in bad times to come out of it and make a great living.